Andrew McCutcheon sending everybody home happy has become a theme on this homestand. Another theme is having a starting pitcher make his major league debut. Last night it was Tyler Beede, and today it's Andy Suarez as he gets the ball to begin his big league career. Giants D-backs next.
Day baseball here at AT&T Park as we get ready to wrap up this three-game series. Diamondbacks, Giants, welcome to NBC Sports Bay Area, and it's powered by Xfinity. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, hey, look, the Giants send out a kid yesterday, Tyler Beede. They win the ball game. They like that formula, so they're going to do it again today.
Well, and not since 1976 did we see back-to-back debuts. Last time it was Bob Knepper and Frankie Rosselli, but that was September of 1976. Right. This is April of 2018. Last night, Tyler Beede. Today, Andy Suarez, who really had a great minor league career with the Giants. He has earned the right to be here, a four-pitch guy. And just like we said last night with Tyler Beede, it's going to be how quickly Andy Suarez can hit the comfort zone and deal with the adrenaline of a debut. But, hey, he's a good pitcher.
All right. And it's Hundley behind the dish and Posey at first base. Stay tuned. We'll take you to our NBC Sports Bay Area studios for an update, and we'll do that right after this.
Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. And by Jack in the Box. Try the new Cholula Buttery Jack, part of the Buttery Jack family. Only at Jack in the Box.
You know, those jerseys are going like hot cakes. You got some day game action at AT&T Park and a rubber match this afternoon. Your San Francisco Giants and Diamondbacks wrapping up this 3-game series in the finale this afternoon. Welcome back to our broadcast, everybody. I'm Amy Gutierrez. Hey, this is a big game for the Giants. It's their chance to get their first series win of the season. It's a huge game for Andrew Suarez as he takes the hill for San Francisco in his major league debut. Now, we think last night served as some pretty good motivation, so we should probably look at it again. It's our Ford Smart Play brought to you by your Northern California Ford dealers, and our own Dwayne Kuiper has the call.
High drive to left. And this game is tied. And this game is over.
Well, that just will never get old. It is getaway day. Your Giants going for the series win. Buster Posey at first base today, and Nick Hundley, well, he's in the squad. Game action coming your way. Lineups, first pitch, Kruk and Kipe. Andrew Suarez on the hill. Stay with us.
Well, here's making his major league debut, Andy Suarez, as he steps out of the dugout to get ready to face the Arizona Diamondbacks. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The boardwalk is open. Visit beachboardwalk.com for park hours. 58 degrees, see the winds and humidity, and it is mostly cloudy, rain coming later on this evening. Here's the D-backs lineup, and it's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Peralta was scratched, so it's going to be Dyson, Marte, and then Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt was quiet coming into the series. Pollock, the cleanup hitter, then Owens, Ahmed, and Marrero. John Ryan Murphy, he'll do the catching and hit eighth, and Robbie Ray will pitch and bat ninth.
Well, on the hill today, making his major league debut, the left-hander Andy Suarez. Suarez, 6 feet tall, 185-pounder. Former second-round draft pick out of the University of Miami. That all happened in 2015, and he came through the minor leagues with good numbers: 338 strikeouts, 338 innings, 296 strikeouts against 76 walks. That tells you he's got a nice command of 4 pitches. He'll 2 and 4 seam the fastball. He's got a curveball, slider, and a changeup. And what we saw in spring training was he will throw anything at any time. Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Suarez, starting in the Giants outfield from left to right. It'll be Pence, Jackson, and McCutchen. Crawford, Longoria on the left side, Panic and Posey on the right side. Nick Hundley, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
First pitch of the ball game is down low. So we get started at 12:45. Dyson takes a strike. That's called by home plate umpire Scott Berry. Carlos Torres, Kerwin Danley, Paul Nauert from first to third. This is hit out into left center field. Can anybody get there? Yes! Austin Jackson runs it down, and that's how this game gets started.
Ball was slicing away from Jackson. Nice closing speed. Puts
nice
a smile
play
on Austin Jackson. Let's take a look at the flight as Dyson, who's having a nice series, slices this away. As an outfielder, you want to have closing speed.
Yeah, that'll get you loose. Here's Marte hitting at 222. Marte had a hit in 3 at-bats on Monday, and he had a hit in 4 at-bats in the game yesterday. So 2 hits in the series. And a foul back. I'll say this about Andy Suarez. He doesn't exactly wait around.
Well, he's a get it and go guy, and I think the Giants defensively will appreciate that.
Foul past Buster Posey.
To our ball dude, Paul Robinson. One thing about Scott Berry, the plate umpire today, he's not as pitcher friendly as we saw last night with Paul Nauert's zone. You will get low strikes, you will get high strikes. He does not have big corners. But if you let him know early that you're a strike thrower, he'll look for him.
And there's a high fastball. Marte is a switch hitter. Just inside 3 and 2. His numbers are much better as a right-handed hitter than a left-handed hitter. But still early. Tap foul.
Suarez likes the first base side of the rubber, and the one thing that they said about him when we saw him this spring that he absolutely backed up in regards to the scouting report is that he will pitch into righties.
Get out of play.
I mean, he's just country hardballing right now. Nick Hundley behind the plate today, and Hundley likes to establish the fastball early in the game, and that's what they're doing. They're trying to do. I think Marte's in the swing mode.
Yes, he is. Goldschmidt to follow, just underway. Beatty's going to enjoy this one. A hanger, and he fouls it back. The D-backs come in, they're 8 and 3. They're 3 and 2 on this road trip. Remember, they took 2 out of 3 in St. Louis. And another foul.
If he's throwing it, he's swinging at it. Marte's minor league career in over 2,000 at bats, he walked 135 times, so he's a free swinger.
Longoria comes in and gets the short hop and makes the play. 2 outs.
Nice battle, and that'll calm down a young rookie. Calm him down in that he kept pounding strikes.
Here's Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt had a couple of hits yesterday. He's now 6 for 38 on the season. And here he takes a strike.
Suarez not impressed by Legend. He goes right at Goldschmidt.
One ball and 1 strike. Overshift is on. Swing and foul back at him again.
Well, you don't want to make a habit of laying out lazy sliders out over the plate at the belt to Goldschmidt. You get a chance to see the quickness of his bat. Whew, he just got away with one there.
Got him, and that'll end the inning. Jackson, Panic, McCutcheon coming up. Panic and Andrew McCutcheon, 10 walk-off hits, 3 against the D-backs. Last night was one of them. Posey, Longoria, and then Hundley. Hundley will hit 6. Then it's Pence, Crawford, and Andy Suarez to round it out.
On the hill today for the Arizona Diamondbacks will be Robbie Ray, the veteran left-hander. See what he has done in 2 starts, 2-0 with a 5.73 ERA, 17 strikeouts in 11 innings. He averages 11 strikeouts per 9 innings, and the last couple of years he's had over 200 strikeouts, and that tells you that he's got great stuff. He'll give you a lot of fastballs that'll go low to mid 90s. He can cut and sink it. He's got a hard slider and a curveball.
James Jackson. Jackson 2 for 4 in the game last night. Here he takes a strike.
Robbie Ray, lifetime 4-1 with a 2.53 ERA and 8 starts against San Francisco.
She's down low.
See the numbers, 1 for 6 with 3 strikeouts.
Very high. 2 balls and 1 strike.
One thing we've learned early about Austin Jackson, I mean, he's in no hurry. He'll make a pitcher work. Good idea of the strike zone.
Pop foul, then out of play.
Let's take a look at the defense the Diamondbacks will employ today behind Robbie Ray, starting in their outfield from left to right. It'll be Dyson, Pollock, and Owings. Really good arms on the corners with Dyson and Owings, Ahmed and Marrero on the left side of the infield. Marte and Goldschmidt on the right side. And behind the plate will be John Ryan Murphy.
On the ground to third. Marrero puts it away.
Let's take a look at the first strikeout for Andy Suarez in his young career. Backdoor curveball, and that is strike 3. That's our pitch cast. It's brought to you by SoFi, a modern finance company.
Here's Joe Panic. Joe got the night off last night. Played in the opener on Monday and went 0 for 4. Comes in at hitting .306. Pretty good numbers against Rays, 6 for 14. Next pitch is down low. McCutcheon to follow. Hit into left center field. Pollock has got a beat on it, and he'll make the running catch. 2 outs.
Diamondbacks had Pollock, the center fielder, playing over towards that left center field gap. He plays a straightaway positioning in center. That's extra bags.
Buster Posey to follow. Here's a breaking ball for a strike.
That's a good one right there. Get that big curveball over in his first pitch. You're going to get a lot of 0-1s. Not too many guys are going to be hacking at that thing.
There's another one. So McCutcheon behind in the count, 0-2. Waves at a pitch in the dirt. Robbie Ray's going to get the strikeout, and that's going to end the inning. So both teams go down 1-2-3. Second inning coming up. No score.
Straight Talk. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
We have a 0-0 ball game as A.J. Pollock is going to stand in. Pollock at .310, a home run, 9 driven in. There's a called strike at the knees. Pollock, solid player. Although I've not seen the Giants overshift on Pollock, but they are today. His panic is to the left of second base. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2.
Good curveball.
On deck is Chris Owings. Got him. Pitch in on his hands. Check in with Amy G.
All right, guys, I've got some updates for fans. Stephen Okert, after last night's game, he was optioned to AAA Sacramento so the team could activate Andrew Suarez. To make room for Suarez on the 40-man roster, they transferred Madison Bumgarner to the 60-day disabled list. Jeff Samardzija is indeed going to start in San Jose on Saturday. That is a 6 p.m. start, and Will Smith will be there as well. Jeff Samardzija expected to be back with the team next week. Dwayne?
Yeah, that's all good news. And Samardzija is definitely chomping at the bit. 0-1 to Chris Owings. And a called strike.
Well, Suarez, I mean, he's got to command everything he has. Strike he got with Pollock were a curveball and a slider combination to send him packing.
Hit up the middle. Panic gets it in betweener, but he puts it away. You see Shark getting ready.
Well, he says he feels good. He says, I know one thing, I'm not a watcher.
Yeah.
It's the first time he's ever been on the disabled list, and it is driving him crazy.
Now the pom-pom's not working. Works for a while. Here's Nick Ahmed hitting .321 with a home run, 8 driven in. And that breaking ball is down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. On the outside corner for a called strike. Outside corner, 1 and 2.
Just mixing his speeds, hitting his spots, using both sides of the plate.
Out of play. So, I mean, you think that 91 is sneaky?
Well, it is once he's put it in your mind that he can get a 78-mile-an-hour curveball and an 86-mile-an-hour slider over, get a changeup over. Now you're aware of the off-speed stuff, and that indeed sets up 91, and it can be sneaky fast.
Got him, and that'll end the inning. 3 strikeouts for Suarez. Buster Posey's going to lead things off.
have another mom with me because Andrew Suarez making his major league debut, and this is his lovely mother, Ioannis. I know you're a little nervous for your son, but can you just take us through how he let you know that he got called up?
Well, we have a group chat, family group chat, and he texted us, and we were so excited. We didn't even know I didn't know what to do. I kept going back and forth inside the house. We were like just making plans of how to get here yesterday. He's very excited. He was excited. He was very excited.
You're joined here with your other sons, Kevin and Jose are with you, and I know this is a family journey, Ioannis. How proud are you? What does it mean to you to watch it become a reality?
It's an amazing dream for him, for us, that we've been through him, through this with him. He deserves. He's a very good kid, and we're super happy for him. It's an amazing experience, and we thank the organization for this. We're very, very happy.
We're seeing some tears of joy from Mama. What does it mean to you as you mentioned the organization? You know, they think so highly of your son. He'll always be your baby. What does it mean to know he's in really good hands?
No, I am very happy that he's here. The first time that they called him to sign him up, he told me, I'm going to be in good hands. And we know that he will be in good hands.
Okay. Enjoy the day.
Thank you.
Soak it in. Mama Ioannis, gentlemen.
All right, thanks, Amy. A proud mom. I don't blame her.
It is an emotional accomplishment for the whole family, not just the guy going out there to make his debut. Mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, grandparents, aunts, uncles, basically every person you ever met in your life.
Everyone. 1 and 2. Just inside.
It's a good pitch. That's one. If you take it, it could get called strike 3. If you swing at it, you're going to break your back, bruise both thumbs.
Pulled on the ground, foul. Longoria 4 for 35 on the season. Takes the pitch in tight, so it's a full count. On deck is Hundley, and there's a shot up the middle, but Ahmed behind second base, and his throw is in time, 2 outs. So here's Hundley. Hundley's had an unlucky 10 at bats. He's 1 for 10. But he's hit the ball pretty well. It's only 10 at bats, but I don't care what point in the season it is. You don't like to hit 100. And a called strike.
Well, and he's really swung the bat so well since he showed up in Scottsdale. And he had one game this year where he really could have had 4 hits, 4 great at bats, and he got nothing, 0 for 4.
One and 1, Hunter Pence with his snappy shoes on deck, and it's 1 and 2.
Hey, they worked last night. Giants with a comeback victory, so Hunter Pence breaking out the happy shoes.
Popped him up. Should be playable.
I got it.
And Marrero puts it away to end the inning. So 6 up, 6 down for both teams. Marrero will lead things on. And your USF night ticket package includes a co-branded beanie. Got to have the beanie and a ticket to see the Giants take on the very talented Nationals. sfgiants.com/special events. No score as we head to the third. Not a base runner yet in this game.
A couple of lefties going at each other. Pitching in this series has really been good.
So here's Devin Marrero. And he takes a called strike. Marrero on the season is 2 for 12. Jake Lamb on the DL. So they're mixing and matching at third base. Descalzo has played in this series. Popped him up. It'll be McCutcheon. And he puts it away.
Take a look at the motion from Andy Suarez. I mean, he's got a little rock back with his shoulder. I mean, he really drops, and as that whole front side unloads, he gets back to a high three-quarter position and has nice extension through his finish.
Here's Murphy. Murphy 2 for 11 on the season, and this is a foul ball.
Ooh, that was close.
That was close.
Paul Nauert, the third base umpire, making the call. Right down the line and just a bit wide of the bag. I think Evan Longoria was a bit disappointed he didn't get to finish that play.
I think you're right.
That's a fun play for a third baseman.
Inside corner strike.
Boy, he's moved that fastball in and out beautifully. Good 0-2 pitch, back foot breaking ball. I mean, he's throwing darts with everything he has.
And a little low. It's 2-2.
$60 minutes.
Tapped him foul.
Yep. Life as a dinghy driver.
We need to shoot this one more time, all right?
All right, here we go. Take 35.
Show a little more emotion. Yeah. Good. I think he nailed it.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
2-2 pitch. Here it is. Foul again. Pitcher on deck. That's Robbie Ray. Pretty good battle going on right now. Pop foul and out of play.
time going below the strike zone with that breaking ball, and that's right where he wanted to throw it. Slider. Bring it to me, kid.
Got him.
We'll get extra insider info with NBC Sports Giants Insider Podcast with Alex Pavlovich. Guest interviews and behind-the-scenes Giants news that you won't find anywhere else. Only at NBCSportsBayArea.com. Sponsored by Wendy's.
Robbie Ray, 0 for 3 on the season, takes a strike.
Hey, the gang's all here.
They are here. Off the end of the bat, and Longoria will take his time, and that'll end the inning. 9 up, 9 down for the kid. Pence, Crawford, Suarez coming up.
Time. See your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
No score. The Toyota fan zone. All right. Mom's getting everything ready here.
There we go.
Okay.
All right, here we go. This is the first time around the bases. I think this child learned to walk about 2 weeks ago.
Looks like some of our teammates when we play day games at Wrigley Field. Tough night out on Rush Street.
He came in with a wobbly set of legs. Yep.
You don't think that you guys didn't have a home field advantage?
Yeah.
Playing in Chicago?
All day games. Yep.
Here's Hunter Pence. Rush Street was, that was in the heyday of Rush Street.
Yeah.
Pence hitting 206. He's got good numbers lifetime against Robbie Ray. He's 7 for 13.
There was a great rider in Chicago by the name of Bob Verdi.
Yeah,
and Bob Verdi once called the Cubs offense the Rush Street offense. And then he went on to describe it. A lot of singles, not much action.
Pence fouls it back. It's still there. I mean, there's still a lot going on.
Yeah.
Restaurants.
But the energy has kind of moved uptown to
Wrigleyville.
Yeah. 2-2 to Pence. Best chance for the Giants for a hit was Buster Posey hit one way out into Triples Alley that A.J. Pollock tracked down. So 3-2 with Brandon Crawford on deck.
Now, one pitch has been thrown out of the stretch today by either pitcher.
And the first base runner is Hunter Pence.
Well, and in that it comes in a leadoff situation for the Giants, that's immediate opportunity. And that will definitely make a pitcher mad because he put himself in this situation with the walk.
Here's Crawford, Brandon Crawford, 2 for 3 on Monday. Came back and went 1 for 3 last night with Andy Suarez on deck. In the dirt, Pence thought about it. Nice block by Murphy. 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 from Ray, and there's a swing. It's been lefty and lefty and lefties coming at the Giants since the start of the season. And when they get to San Diego, they're going to see 2 more. Clayton Richard and Joey Lucchese. It'll be Saturday and Sunday. Robbie Ray. It was Patrick Corbin last night. Corbin was really good, and then he gave up 3 runs in the 6th inning. Pence looks faster in those shoes.
Well, I think that's was the whole design. If you feel like you're faster, you're going to be faster.
Nope, that's the one Crawford swung at on the second pitch. It's now 3-1.
Let's take a look at how close this slider was. We said you get high strikes, low strikes. You don't get big corner strikes with plate umpire Scott Berry. And he's been pretty true to his scouting report today.
Three and 2. Crawford thought maybe low, but no.
Yeah.
Maybe. See if Pence goes. There's nobody out. He does not. Got him. It's that high fastball after numerous breaking balls. Here's Suarez.
strike. The Suarez family watching. Motors.
Well, the authenticator busy today, so you get his first pitch, his first strikeout. I mean, it's so cool now that they do this.
I think the Giants got away with one there. It sure looked like Suarez bunted at that.
Well, I thought it was a strike twice. Bunt and missed, and ball was in the strike zone.
There's the bunt. Barrera was going to go to second, and only because Nick Ahmed dug it out. That's a nice play.
That was a nice play. I mean, what Suarez will learn is you should go down the first base line with it. It's a little bit easier for a lefty against a lefty to go the third base line, but it really is not an easy thing to be successful with because the big league third basemen are so aggressive. Marrero right on it. And here's where the D-backs catch a break. You can see Nick Ahmed short hopping that nasty throw, and they do indeed get the lead out.
Curveball to Jackson is high. 1 ball and no strikes. There's a strike. It's a getaway day game for the Padres in Denver this afternoon. They're playing right now. They had a brawl in that game where a number of guys got hit, and then finally Luis Perdomo threw at Nolan Arenado. Arenado charged the mound, and then they had a pretty good round and about. Both were ejected. High and away, 2-1.
Well, the Padres lost Manuel Margot last night, who got hit in the ribs. Their starting center fielder, and they put him on the DL, and then 2 guys got hit today. 2 Padres got hit, so in their eyes they got hit 3 times, and there was some retaliation. But there's going to be some big suspensions with this one.
2-2.
And not just the premier 2 guys in the fight. Some of the guys on the fray are going to get suspensions based on what we saw in the replays.
Fouled out of play on the 2-2 pitch. This is what happened. Watch the pitch to Arenado.
And here he comes. And it goes on for quite a while, and once they had it stopped, it reignited.
It's amazing how you can be a running back when you're really angry. Arenado
didn't even know he had it in him.
He might get drafted in a couple of weeks.
But you know what's amazing is that all these things are filmed, and I don't understand how a guy would sucker punch somebody or cheap shot somebody or do something that it's going to get detected.
You're going to get caught, absolutely. Three-two pitch. Suarez on the move, and it's fouled out of play.
You know, this isn't Instructs League or minor leagues or winter ball where these games aren't being filmed. If you do something that's you're going to get caught.
Don't do anything stupid. You're better off just grabbing onto somebody and hanging on.
Yeah, look for a friend. Hold back the pitching coach.
Runner goes and another foul back. We saw A.J. Ellis leave the game. I think he might have been ejected as well. A.J. Ellis now with the Padres. So good battle going on between Robbie Ray and Austin Jackson. And he popped him up into shallow left center field. And it falls. Ahmed and Dyson, and it fell.
Well, the Giants, if they had had an everyday player on the base pass, they'd have had a run. But Andy Suarez, I mean, he just kind of comfortable jog there, and all of a sudden an opportunity rises up, and Suarez was not in position to take advantage of it.
You know what that is right there, Mike? That's a big league hit.
It's a big league hit. So there'll be no hitter today for Robbie Ray.
Well, can panic make it hurt? We'll find out.
But you know what? Those are things you learn at this level. When you're in the minor leagues, you don't hit every game. You hit against a National League opponent. Play an American League opponent, and you're in their yard, you're not going to hit. You're going to DH. But up here, you learn that those are little things you need to tighten up. You need to run it out.
Got a foul.
Because Andrew Suarez just cost himself a run.
One. Oh, and 2.
Not an easy slider to pick up. And Joe Panic's got one of the best eyes in identifying spin. Rare that he gets fooled. And the way that he swung at that last breaking ball, I'm not thinking he's seeing it very well.
And that'll end the inning. Third strikeout for Robbie Ray. It's not picked up yet.
or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
Well, the 12th season of the NBC Sports Bay Area All-Star Teacher Program that recognizes teachers that make a difference. And it is brought to you by Provident Credit Union. You can vote on NBCSportsBayArea.com/AST. The winner receives $20,000 for his or her school. Top of the order, here's Dyson. No balls and 1 strike.
He really has mixed up that first pitch. I mean, that's a plus. When you have a guy who has 4 pitches and he has the ability to throw them across the plate and get strike 1, you're going to get a lot of takes and you're going to get ahead of a lot of hitters. And Suarez has done that well today.
Bluff bunt, 0-2. Milwaukee beat St. Louis today, 3-2. Cardinals are now 5-7. Milwaukee 7-6. Fouled out of play.
Well, Aprils are a little odd because you really don't know what you have. Everybody has good intention and everybody hopes they can find early chemistry, but it is a month when teams can be vulnerable. Good teams can be vulnerable.
Got him.
And that is 0-2 paint with a 91-mile-an-hour cut. Caught and framed beautifully by Nick Hundley. They set a wide target. Bang. He doesn't move the glove. And right now, I mean, we're really seeing exceptional command. And for a young guy making his debut, you expect the opposite. You expect him to be geeked up, a lot of adrenaline going, and that affects command, but has not altered Suarez one bit.
Looks like he's playing catch.
Yeah, free and easy.
Up the middle. And a base hit. First hit of the game, and it comes off the bat of Ketel Marte. And that'll bring up Goldschmidt. So now Suarez is going to have to deal with Goldschmidt out of the stretch for the first time.
Yeah, and you're going to find out about him here. I mean, he's got to deal with a base stealer as well. Marte has good speed, and he can steal a base. What we saw in spring, it didn't seem to phase Suarez when he ever had to go to the stretch.
And the first pitch is high.
But the longer it takes you to get in the stretch, the more likely you are to miss a couple times, and usually you miss up when you transition from windup to stretch. Especially when the first time you do it's in the 4th inning.
Strike.
Just buried that fastball on a 1-0 count.
Foul at the plate, 1-2.
I like that look from behind. You really get a chance to see the big arcing break on that curveball from Suarez. And Paul Goldschmidt has struck out 7 times this year, looking. The most in the National League. Here's the big curveball we're talking about, and you can see as that ball starts off outside and comes across the plate. It's a nice break.
Hit well into center field. It's not coming back, and it is gone. He's done it again. So 2-0 on the Goldschmidt home run.
Now they tried to come back with another breaking ball, and the mistake here was just up. Up, out over the plate. And right now, Paul Goldschmidt's not missing mistakes. He came into this series 3 for 33. Completely lost, and he has had big hits in every game. That was a bomb.
So here's Pollock. So the challenge has been made. Pollock takes low.
Just no stride. Head stays very still, very compact hand action. I mean, that's just a very direct route to the ball, and he is geared for mistake.
One ball and one strike.
Now all eyes go back on to Suarez to see how he handles a little adversity.
Pollock struck out to open up the second inning. Three and one. Foul back. 3-2. So Suarez went at him with a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. On deck is Chris Owings.
Get your concentration back. Forget about the two-run homer. It's the big leagues. You need to get the next hitter out.
Jammed it on the ground, but it must have hit Pollock's foot, so we'll do it again.
It's so hard when you get up here, when you're a young pitcher and you give up runs and you think the world is coming to an end. And what you learn is that the only thing you have command of is the pitch you're about to throw. And everything that came before it, you need to forget, good and bad.
Foul back again. And Crawford has it.
It's a nice comeback. Moved down the count 3-1 and made a couple location mistakes in the at bat. He got away with it. Here he comes up with a 3-2 pitch and wins the battle. Well, how hard did he hit it? 109 miles per hour to straightaway center field. 436 feet away.
His game time home run went like 440 yesterday.
And they're pointing to a piece of the bat.
I think it was his thumb.
Was it his thumb guard?
Yeah.
There it is.
The knees, 0-2.
Nice pitch right back down around the knees where he needs to be. See how the thumb guard flies off. I used to love it when guys wore thumb guards. To me, that was an open invitation to pitch him inside.
Something to aim at.
He's wearing thumb guards. He's got a sore thumb.
1-2. Balls, 2 strikes. And a swing. And going to miss to end the inning. Goldschmidt, the 2-run home run. McCutcheon, Posey, Longoria coming up. And on the 27th, the first 20,000 fans are going to receive a 60th anniversary Beat LA 2 Flaps Down hat presented by River Rock Casino. Visit sfgiants.com. Richie really stopping by to say hello. Nice to see Richie.
Looks good.
Yeah. Here's McCutcheon. Giants now trail. Seems like they've trailed the entire series.
They have. Andy Suarez had a nice comeback there after the 2-run homer.
He did. There's a strike. McCutcheon struck out in the first.
There's Betty.
Here's the 1-1 on the ground to third. Marrero has it. 1 out. You know, you do these games for as long as we have, and you get to know the people in the stands. And you saw Betty right away.
Absolutely. There's a newbie. Yeah, you learn how to wave, you learn how to give a high five, you learn how to give knuckles. It's all part of your education.
Yes, be happy. Buster takes high, hit a ball deep into right center that Pollock ran down. And a strike with Evan Longoria to follow. One and two. Buster adjusting those batting gloves.
Always thinking.
Yep. Wheels are turning. Out of play.
Buster was a finance major at Florida State, 4.0 student. He's a numbers guy. And he looks at all the data and the numbers that gets crunched on a daily basis to find its way into the clubhouse. And he creates opportunity. He'll look for pitches based on percentages. And he will guess in 2 strike counts. One of the smarter hitters.
Play the percentages. Two balls, 2 strikes. And a shot into center field and a base hit.
So hard to throw a high fastball by Posey. And I don't care what speed you bring at him. I mean, he will cover it. Stays inside it, flicks it right back up the middle. The way you're taught, that ball is way above the strike zone, and he barrels it.
Yeah, you're taught to take that pitch.
Well, it's tough to hit it on a line. Most guys that do swing it, if they either foul it off or they pop it up or miss it.
Longoria's thinking, in the National League, is there anybody that throws a first pitch breaking ball for a ball?
I mean, we have to talk about that. I mean, Evan Longoria comes over to the National League. He's got to learn a lot of pitchers.
Oh my goodness. They have been throwing him since opening day some horrendous breaking balls.
Just a steady diet, one after another.
Comes in tight. 2-2.
You know, when you're going through a slump, I mean, you really feel like you never see a mistake out over the middle. I mean, they get 2 strikes on you early, and you just don't see any mistakes.
Fair ball down the left field line. Buster Posey's on the move. Longoria's got a double, second and third. 1 out.
And that breaking ball was up, and in Robbie Ray's eyes, that's a mistake. Look at the height of this breaking ball. I mean, that's the only pitch he had to hit in this at bat. He stays inside it, rakes it right down past Marrero, who's a good defender. It's not an easy thing to do.
So here's Hundley.
No chance for Posey to score. Dyson's just too fast to cut that off.
Hundley hit a pop-up in foul territory that was caught in the second. Out of play, no balls and a strike.
We mentioned Robbie Ray averages over 11 strikeouts per 9 innings, and that's what he's pitching for right here. D-backs will give up a run. They've got their middle infielders back, so a ground ball in the middle of the diamond will get a run in. So Carlos Torres, first base umpire, says he did indeed go around. And in a strikeout situation, Nick Hundley very quickly behind the count 0-2, and yes, he did swing.
So it's 0-2, and now Hundley's got to fight. Got him. So here's Pence.
You can always tell the true strikeout pitchers are guys that can get that strikeout in strikeout situations when they need it.
Pence drew a walk in the third. Remember, he's got really good lifetime numbers against Ray, so he might be the right guy in the right spot. He does have a base to play with a left-handed hitting Crawford on deck.
Well, it's no surprise to Robbie Ray. I mean, he knows the history that Pence has had against him. And he also knows that Brandon Crawford is 3 for 16 lifetime with 9 strikeouts. I mean, those are things you just know. And with an open first base, quite honestly, I'm a little surprised they're even pitching to Pence now. From the Giants' perspective, this is an opportunity, given the history Pence has had against Ray. Ray has given him nothing. Pence should have a green light. If there's any elevation, any opportunity whatsoever, no, they're taking away and they're going to walk him.
So here's Crawford with the bases loaded.
Crawford struck out his first at bat. It's not a steady diet of hard sliders. He didn't have good swings on him. It just looked like he didn't see him.
And the first pitch to Crawford. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
Diamondbacks play straightaway defense pretty much in defending against Crawford.
That one was up, and Brandon Crawford took it. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. So 3 lifetime grand slams.
Oh, I'm thinking good thoughts here.
This is going to be out of play. It's 1-2.
Guy's got to make a play. Right there.
That guy?
He brings his glove. He's a hero.
You picking on that guy?
Yeah. Bring your glove, Meat.
1-2 to Crawford. Crawford now try to put up a good fight. Line drive, foul.
And again, some elevation with the breaking ball opportunity, and Crawford jumped on it. Watch the height of the breaking ball. I mean, that's just a hanger. And he spanked it good.
And the 1-2. 2-2.
First time they've thrown a fastball in the sequence.
75 pitches total.
Well, at 52 in the last 2 innings. So a lot of stress throws.
And he got him, and that'll end the inning. Giants leave him loaded. It remains 2-0 D-backs.
Event and get up to 30% off appliances and up to 50% off mattresses.
2-0 D-backs, 5th inning. Andy Suarez goes back out. Ahmed Marrero Murphy. Ahmed struck out in the 2nd.
Johnson watch Suarez closely. I mean, this is a challenge in that he had a long time sitting on the bench. And you get back up, go back out, and try and find your rhythm again. Those are all things that you have to check off the list if you want to pitch up here at this level. Things you have to learn how to do.
Crawford throws him out. Amy G's here. Amy, what's up?
Well, kind of a fun moment before today's game. The Giants choosing a man that both teams, like the Diamondbacks and the Giants, you're taking a look there at Bob Brenly. He managed the Diamondbacks from 2001 through 2004. Of course, he won a World Series with them, and now he's a broadcaster for them. And he was a Giant, a good Giant, from 81 to 89 and 84 All-Star, and Mike Kruko's battery mate and Mike Kruko's BFF. Mike, scouting report, how did Bob do?
He did well. He is such a joy to be around. We've had good visits every day with Bob. And when you get around him, you're going to tell stories and you are going to laugh hard. Best catcher I ever threw to, and what a great teammate.
Bang, bang, 0-2.
he and his wife Joan, they have 4 grandchildren, all girls. 2 from his daughter Lacey, 2 from his son Michael, who had twin girls last year. His son Michael is the batting practice, or he's the bullpen catcher for the Boston Red Sox.
Marrero out on 3 pitches.
7 strikeout.
Yeah, now this was just after a normal game in spring training.
Yeah, that was like our 3rd outing in spring training. 1987.
Yeah, it looks like the San Diego clubhouse. Here's Murphy, who struck out in the 3rd. He cranks one to left, and it is gone. And that's his 2nd home run of the year, and it's 3-0.
Now, even though John Ryan Murphy came into this game hitting $182, he, like every other hitter, they've got a happy zone, and his is down and in, and that drops right into his zone. And this is called good launch angle.
Yes, it is. Here's Robbie Ray, who takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Hit to Buster Posey. And that'll end the inning. So the run on the home run. Suarez coming up. 3-0. We'll be back.
First 25,000 fans will receive a Brandon Crawford Gold Glove Gnome presented by AAA to commemorate the 3rd straight Gold Glove that Crawford has received. Go to sfgiants.com for tickets.
So a couple of home runs are the difference in this game. Goldschmidt and Murphy. And it'll be Suarez to lead things off. Suarez, Jackson, and Panic. Suarez takes a called strike. Center fielder's choice. And he takes high. 1 ball and 1 strike.
I'm pretty excited they're letting this kid have a second at bat. I mean, it tells you how they feel his effort has gone today. Usually a debut, guy down 3-0. He's coming up leading off 5th inning. They're going to the bullpen. But he has been very good today. He's impressed that man.
And he's out swinging here in the 5th.
Needs to tighten up that stroke a little bit.
Here's Jackson. Jackson is 1 for 2. Joe Panic on deck. Look out. 2-0. This will be pitch number 83. And it's 3-0.
You should be 75 or less after the 5th inning is over. It gives you an idea of where Robbie Ray is with the 83 pitches. He's high.
And the walk. So here's Panic. Panic is flied out and he's struck out. And he takes blowing away 1 ball and no strikes.
So John Ryan Murphy, the catcher for the D-backs, going to burn a mound visit here. That after 5 consecutive balls. And I think the message is going to be this. Dude, we're ahead 3-0. Don't dig a hole. Challenge these guys. Your stuff's good. End of conversation.
One ball, no strikes. There's a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Not a bad time to take a pitch. Many pitching coaches would say, if a guy's throwing 6 balls in a row as a hitter, take a pitch. If that guy's going to dig a hole, let him dig. Hitting coaches will say, if a guy's throwing 6 balls in a row, he's likely to give you something in the middle of the strike zone. That's a good pitch to hit. Fire away. It's the ageless debate.
Three and 1 to Panic. Base hit. Austin Jackson is going to challenge Owings, and he'll make it.
I don't think Austin Jackson ever even considered stopping at second base.
Well, I considered it.
So did I. Chris Owings has got a good arm in right field. That's why you have to consider it. As soon as this ball went by Jackson, and he had to wait a bit for that thing to go by him. He just basically said, third base is mine. Had to stop, back up. Now he goes. And that's a big play. Now you have a runner at third base with less than 2 outs.
Gonna run in here, nullify one of those home runs.
Mike Butcher, the pitching coach for the D-backs, out. He's got 2 seconds left. And finally, Scott Berry, the plate umpire, breaks it up.
So McCutchen, who's 0 for 2 in the game, now 4 for 12 lifetime against Robbie Ray, is going to hit. And he takes high. 1 ball and no strikes.
Steady diet of breaking balls. Ray has breaking balled McCutchen to death, Longoria to death.
Two and 0.
2 pitches, 2 breaking balls. It's the 3rd time that McCutchen's seen him, so you're able to see the pitches a little bit better. Stuff not quite as good, and with that last ball and 91 pitches into this game, the D-backs are going to get the bullpen going.
High and foul. 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1 pitch. Check swing foul. 2 and 2. Buster Posey on deck. Robbie Ray started out this at bat 2 and 0. So now it's 2 and 2. Three and 2. That pitch right there gives you an idea why Robbie Ray is so tough. He's ties McCutchen up.
That's close. That's close to a swing.
Full foul. .95 pitches. And they'll check on Panic.
Posey comes up today. I don't think he's going to face Robbie Ray. Comes up in this inning.
He needs to get 2 outs to get a decision. Popped up and out of play. I would have to believe that if that happened, Robbie Ray would fight.
Well, I'm assuming that McCutchen's going to get on base. And you're right. If he gets McCutchen out, he'll have a chance to pitch to Posey. But if he gets on base, I'm not so sure. And the pitch count's going to have everything to say about it. Tortorella back on the dugout after a 1-game suspension.
On the ground. They're going to get 1 there, and that's it there. It's 3-1. Jackson scores, and now Buster Posey's going to hit. That'd be an RBI.
So getting that force enables Ray to stay in the game.
So we had a fly ball in the deep right center field that was caught by Pollock, and then he singled in the fourth. So trying to tie it up. No balls and 1 strike. McCutcheon with his lead. And the 0-1 is in tight. So I don't think there's any doubt this is his last inning.
Well, Fernando Salas, I mean, he's heated up and ready to go in the D-backs bullpen. Next pitch going to be 100. And I feel you, what you're saying about Torlavella wanting Robbie Ray, who's in the right to be out there, to stay in, but at some point, I mean, he may pull the trigger on it.
High drive to left. Dyson back. It is out of here. And this game is tied. And for Buster Posey, his 2nd home run of the year. And that's it.
Down and in, and just like we said earlier, this is good launch angle. We didn't get every bit of both cheeks into it, but the bat head was heavy. And we got a brand new ball game.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. Robbie Ray will watch the rest of this one. Salas is going to face Evan Longoria.
Saw the blank stare from Robbie Ray as it all just sort of seemed to just drift between his fingers. Andy Suarez, on the other hand, I mean, he's the benefactor. He got a brand new ball game. His teammates picked him up.
He got this rally started by striking out. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Well, only means one thing, he's still in the game.
He's still in the game. His catcher, or today his first baseman, picked him up.
And that'll end the inning. Giants tie it up. They do it with Buster Posey's second home run of the year. And it's bye-bye baby. And it's a 3-3 ball game. Top of the order, it'll be Jared Dyson to hit first. Andy Suarez now has new life. Gave up a home run in the 4th and one in the 5th. And there's a pitch a bit high, 1 ball and no strikes.
So he has an opportunity here to try and get his first shutdown inning.
Buster Posey's got it. 1 out.
That's a good start.
Hey, Stanley Cup playoffs, Sharks and Ducks, game 1 tomorrow night, 7:30. Pregame live at 7 p.m. Where? On NBC Sports California. Sharks battle the rival Anaheim Ducks in game 1 of the series. Here's Marte. Marte singled in front of Goldschmidt in the 4th. And he was on base when Goldschmidt hit the home run. There's the Giants' Dyson. 1 ball and 1 strike. If Marte gets on, we'd have to see if Bochy would let Suarez pitch to Goldschmidt. Tap foul, 2-2. Well, that looks like it's in the gap. And going to pick it up is Jackson, and Marte with a double. So Marte is now 2 for 3.
And I think that's the last pitch he's going to throw.
Longoria made the last out, so Sandoval is going to come in to play third. And Suarez should get a nice hand when he comes off the mound.
Yeah, he earned it. He was good today.
Yep, and our Giants fans are going to treat him well as he leaves. He had 7 strikeouts. And it's time for a change. Thanks, Speedy. Oil change and auto service, your trusted oil change tune-up and smog experts. Is to go after Paul Goldschmidt.
5th game that Dyson's come into. Dyson, the power sinker. See mid-90s sink. Got a cutter, slider, curveball, changeup. I mean, he's more than just a sinker baller.
So Dyson will spin around and keep an eye on Marte. He's going to do it again. Modified it just a little bit.
Well, I mean, Dyson has to know that. I mean, Marte has got good speed. He can steal third. Dyson does not have a reputation for being quick out of the stretch.
And a strike, and it's 0-1.
With 1 out, I mean, you've really got to watch Marte that he doesn't steal third.
So there's Sandoval at third. High and deep into center field. He's hot, folks. This is off the bottom of the wall. It'll be a double, and coming in to score is Marte. Yeah, I never trust those guys that come in cold.
Well, especially when they're all-star caliber players. And boy, he has gotten some gifts to hit, and they're all up, and he is just not missing them. And when a guy's coming out of a slump and he's taking power to the middle of the field, I mean, he's got to be feeling good about his swing, about his balance.
So here's Pollock. Pollock 0 for 3. So the book closed on Suarez as he will be charged with 4 earned runs. There's a strike. And if you look at the box score and not have watched this game, you think, he pitched okay. And if you watch the game, you realize that the kid pitched really well.
He really did. He could pitch here, and he found that out today. So now you become a cheerleader. But now you're officially a big leaguer.
Pulled foul, 2-2. Limit the damage. And that's what Dyson will try to do. Marte, Goldschmidt, and Murphy are the 3 D-backs that have all the hits. Up the middle. Right there is Panic. On the play, Goldschmidt goes to third.
Well, we thought off the crack of the bat this ball was gone. And he hit it 106 miles per hour. And it hits right at the base of the wall. He kind of got AT&T'd. But 2 times this game he has hit bombs to center. 1 a home run, 1 a double.
It's Chris Owings. And he taps it off his foot. And it's no balls and 1 strike. A little chill in the air on this Wednesday afternoon. The Giants will leave after the game on an airplane to San Diego to start a 4-game series tomorrow night. Chris Stratton against Brian Mitchell.
A long road trip. 10 games in an off day.
The Giants will end up in Southern California to take on the Angels in the last leg of that trip. On the ground, I suppose he's not going to scurry back. He does, and they just get Owens to end the inning. It's 4-3 Diamondbacks. will start at 6, game time 7, right here on NBC Sports Bay Area. You can also stream live on the NBC Sports app. Fernando Salas will face Nick Hundley, then Hunter Pence, and then Brandon Crawford. A 4-3 lead for Arizona, and there's a high drive into left center field, and Pollock is going to get there and make the catch. And here's Pence. Pollock's good. He's a good all-around player.
Yes, he is. Very athletic.
Pence has walked twice, once intentionally. And first pitch strike. The loser last night, Jorge De La Rosa, in the bullpen.
Now it's life in the big leagues. You get lost one night. If you're in the bullpen, you got a chance to be out there the next day, even if it's a day game after a night game.
Yeah. Just a bit outside. Two and one to Hunter Pence. Two. Just hit the outside corner.
Perfect location with that 90-mile-an-hour fastball. I think Salas can do. I mean, he can corner pitch with all his pitches. He had good command of the ball.
Pence pops it up and out of play. Got him. So Troy LaBelle is going to come out and have De La Rosa face Crawford. We're going to take a break as you see De La Rosa jogging in. It's 4-3 D-backs. We'll be back.
Buy tickets. Download the StubHub app today and head to AT&T Park. StubHub, it's the official partner of the San Francisco Giants.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change tune-up and smog experts.
Veteran Jorge De La Rosa, 6th time that he has come in. He was indeed the losing pitcher last night. He had a hard time finding the strike zone. When he's right, I mean, he'll literally throw 6 or 7 or 8 or 10. I mean, he's got so many pitches, and he invents pitches out there, and he'll throw them. Rare that you see a guy in the bullpen throw that many different type of pitches and have that many type of movements, but he's a former starter.
Crawford takes low and in. Sandoval to follow. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Two and two.
Good rip. Yeah, this pitch he's looking for. Fastball middle in. Just above the knee. That's where when you get one like that and you don't get it, you're kind of mad at yourself. And you're thinking, man, give me that one again.
In tight, 3 and 2. Payoff pitch, here it is, and Crawford rolls one up the middle. Marte has it and throws him out to end the inning. 7th inning coming up. It's 4-3 D-backs. It was a couple of lefties, Suarez and Robbie Ray, and both had the strikeouts going. Kind of figured they did. Buster Posey's got a 2-run home run. Goldschmidt is got a couple of doubles and also a home run, and he's got 3 RBIs in the game. So here we are in the 7th with the Giants trailing by a run. Nick Ahmed to face Dyson. Center field now is Gregor Blanco. Swinging a foul that got Hundley.
Well, great place to take a stroll here at the yard. And we always encourage folks. I mean, I don't care if you've been here 100 times. Take the walk. It's a ballpark that allows you to walk completely around. See the sights, the different views. Yep, they're doing it.
Holding hands, optional. Driven to right. McCutcheon will track it down. And that'll bring up Devin Marrero.
Giants have done a nice job handling Nick Ahmed. I mean, he was the hottest guy on this D-backs team at the start of this series. He came in hitting 409. Now he's hitting 290 after that last at bat. The guy who has been the difference maker for the D-backs in this series has been Goldschmidt, who was hitting 100 when he first showed up.
And a strike to Marrero.
Lots of activity. Hirano, the right-hander, Chafin, the lefty.
Pretty good pitch, but down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. This wraps up for the Giants a homestand that started out with the Dodgers. On the ground, Crawford on the backhand. He throws. Posey cannot hang on. And it'll be a base hit for Marrero.
Now Posey had to do or die it. When this ball was coming in, he knew it was going to one-hop him. And he had to try and spear it. I mean, this is just a do or die play. I mean, Crawford had to put the ball in play very quickly. And here's the tail end of the play, as it just hits off the tip of the glove. Tell you what, if he catches the ball, I think they have a chance to get him.
I think you're right. In tight. So Murphy, who hit a long home run. He stands in with a count of 1-0. Runner goes, and Hundley's throw is going to be late, and it trickles off the glove of Panic. But I don't think Marrero knew exactly what had happened.
Well, that's a break in that he didn't see where the ball went. He did not get up out of the slide quick enough to take third, because he could have taken it had he hopped up. And that would have changed everything. Dyson is very slow. He's deliberate out of the stretch, and teams are going to try and take advantage of it. D-backs just did. If you're Nick Hundley, I mean, you've really got to be quick. It's got to be perfect. You have to take a risk in getting rid of the ball.
That is a violent slide into second by Marrero. Hit high and deep into left center field, and it is off the wall, and it kicks past Blanco. Coming in to score will be Marrero, and Murphy's hurt the Giants again.
Now let's take a look at the location. You're going to see that Dyson was up. And how do you hit a sinker baller? You look up. And they set an outside target, and this goes right in his wheelhouse. And to Murphy's credit, he doesn't miss it.
So here's Descalzo.
Saw this happen last year with Dyson when he went through some mechanical problems and just had a problem sorting him out, getting control of his release point. Once he finds it, all of a sudden everything tunes up. He gets more velocity, he gets more sink, and most importantly, he gets more command of his location.
I want to correct something I said earlier. The Giants on this homestand started the homestand. I said against the Dodgers. They did not. It was against the Mariners in that 2-game series, and then the Dodgers. They had a rain out on this homestand. Descalzo with a base hit to right field. Murphy got a late jump, but he's going to score. It kicks away from McCutcheon. It would have been a double anyway, and it's now 6-3. So off of Dyson in this outing for him, the Diamondbacks have hit 3 doubles. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up in smog experts. We'll be back. $5.6 million. Download the Beat the Streak today. So Osich is your new pitcher. It's 6-3 D-backs.
So Josh Osich, as my partner said, coming in for the 7th time. Osich number 6 strikeouts in 4 innings. Trying to put some calm back into this inning for the Giants.
So here is Jared Dyson. And a swing and a miss, and it snowballs in 1 strike. Marte to follow. And a sharp ground ball, and Panic will knock it down and throw him out, and on the play Descalzo goes to 3rd.
That was a bullet. Dyson has swung the bat well in this series.
Here's Marte, who's 2 for 3. a foul as it rolls to the backstop. 0-1.
It's amazing what mechanics mean to everybody in this game. Same thing with a shooter in basketball, a quarterback. I mean, mechanics. If you're not right, I mean, there's pushing your delivery, there's pushing your release.
And a base hit to left field. Marte with his 3rd hit. And that knocks in Descalzo. So a 3-run 7th inning.
Well, this was the 4th inning, and Paul Goldschmidt hits one way up in the bleachers. First home run that Andy Suarez has ever given up. And if you're going to give one up, give up a good one. And that was a good one. But to get back to that point about mechanics, it controls everything. Command, movement, velocity. The big 3. That's for a pitcher. For a hitter, it controls your ability to control your bat hit. Use the whole field. Stay inside of the ball. It generates bat speed. And when you're doing it all right, it looks effortless. And when you're not doing it all right, it just looks like it takes so much effort to get nothing.
Lefty and a righty, and it's 1-0 to Paul Goldschmidt. One ball and 1 strike.
We're talking about Goldschmidt when he showed up in the series. I mean, he's 3 for 33. Struggling to get a good swing, let alone get a hit.
Sandoval goes the short way to end the inning. Damage done. A 3-run 7th inning.
That's transparency. By Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. By Xfinity. X1 will change the way you experience TV. And by Kelly Moore Paints. Go where the pros go. Kelly Moore, the painter's paint store.
Giants have some work to do. It's 7-3 D-backs. Is Yoshi Hirano is facing Pablo Sandoval here in the bottom of the 7th.
It's off to a nice start. Hirano's got a fastball that's low 90s. Got a slider, and he's got a really good split. No baby, he's 34 years old. He's spent a lot of time pitching in Japan.
On the ground into the outfield and a base hit.
Stay hot, Panda.
Check in with Amy G. Amy.
Hey guys, 100 days to go. 100 days to go to what? Well, right there. I was really hoping I nailed it. Rugby World Cup Sevens tournament. It's going to be right here at AT&T Park, July 20th through the 22nd. 40 teams, 28 countries competing in the biggest rugby event in U.S. history, and you can get tickets right now. sfgiants.com/rugby.
You can't do it again. I know that. Here's Blanco. Blanco shows bunt. You can't do it again.
100 days to go.
Unbelievable.
World Cup Sevens. Amy, you're just a star.
1-0 to Blanco.
Amy the Gamer was a collegiate athlete. Good one.
One and one to Gregor Blanco. Giants need a few more base runners.
Well, just to answer. Down 4 runs, you know, this is your last 3 innings. Got to put something on the board, let the D-backs know you're still out there.
Another strike. Blanco started to go, but held up.
That's not an easy holdup either. That's the first time you've seen that split from Hirano.
Panic on deck. We are in the bottom of the 7th. And trying to make something out of the 7th inning. Hirano's going to try to make you fish.
I mean, those are 2 tough takes. You know, only because there really isn't any knowledge that Blanco has with him. I mean, you can sit there and watch video all you want, talk to your scouts, but until you get in that batter's box, you don't know if you're going to be able to see it.
Out of play. Sandoval opened up the inning with a single. Up the middle. That's 1 and 2.
What
and that
a turn that was.
Is a big league double play.
Wow. You know, you get those little reminders of where you're at every day when you see a defensive play like this. I mean, Gregor Blanco runs well. Nick Ahmed never let the ball reach the leather. Right to the bare hand. And somehow gets it over in time to get Blanco. And the only way he could do it is right to the bare hand. If he tries to go glove hand exchange, no way. Great play.
Here's Panic. Panic takes a strike.
And we need to compliment the feed too from Marte, the second baseman.
Down low to Joe Panic. Panik with a single in the 5th, the inning where the Giants scored all of their runs. Talked about what's going on with the Giants, where they're headed. The Diamondbacks are headed to Los Angeles to take on the Dodgers. They have a day off tomorrow, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in LA. I'm going to foul back. Really, the history with the D-backs against the Dodgers is they could beat them during the season. They just can't beat them in postseason. They've already swept the Dodgers once. And there's going to be a rematch of Godley Kershaw on Sunday. Out of play, it stays at 2-2. Here's McCutchen. And another foul down the left field line into the seats.
Watch Hirano. I mean, a lot of his specialty stuff goes down below the knees, especially that split. He also throws a sinker, but he'll also pitch on top of the strike zone. He'll change sightlines on you. He pitch as long as he has, and he's pitched professionally for 12 years. I mean, you're going to learn to do those things.
Panik's going to take the walk.
D-backs picked him up in the offseason, fortified their bullpen, and he's been good so far.
McCutchen 0 for 3. Big swing and a miss. Pierce Johnson now getting loose in the Giants bullpen. The Rockies ended up beating the Padres 6-4, so that's what happened after the big brawl that they had. I think there were 6 uniformed people thrown out.
That's a lot.
And there will be more than just 6 individuals fined. On the ground, sharply foul.
Well, Devin Marrero, third baseman for the D-backs, I mean, he was going to go through and make that play no matter what. And I think that's the mindset you have to have.
Oh, yeah, unless you get to show off, right?
He is an exceptional defensive player. That was close. Off the back leg, his right leg. That was fun to watch.
It's 1-2 to McCutchen. Into left field, but it's right at Dyson, and that'll end the inning. After 7, it's 7-3 D-backs.
NBC Sports Bay Area Giants broadcast on your desktop or mobile device. Giants game streamed on the go on the NBC Sports app. Meanwhile, out in the Cove, I'm not sure they know that the Diamondbacks are leading 7-3 as the game goes to the top of the 8th.
And they don't care. Here's Osich facing Pollock, and the pitch is down low.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of pretzel for a little girl.
That really is. You might have a hard time getting it away from her. Low again, 2-0.
It's a two-handed grip.
It's like she's grabbing the steering wheel. Pollock will wait on a 2-0 pitch. Takes a strike.
What was the thing that you look forward to eating most when you went to the ballpark as a kid to go watch the Braves in Milwaukee?
I mean, with that quarter that my mom and dad gave me?
Yeah, I got the same quarter.
Oh, I'm sure it was a hot dog.
I like the peanuts, the double bag of peanuts.
Pitch is high, 3-1. Yeah, the peanuts, you can just spread them out for the whole game. Plus you can put them on the ground.
Yeah.
3-2. Pollock taking that pitch.
The first time I ever saw that, my dad bought the double bag. And I thought, they give you 2 bags of peanut. What a deal this is.
Popped him up. It'll be Buster Posey hanging in there and putting it away. And that'll bring up Chris Owings. Owings 0 for 3. And the first pitch is high. 1 ball and no strikes.
Chris Owings gets to the ballpark every day, and he can't be surprised if he's playing anywhere.
Yeah, he finds out who's dinged up.
Am I in right field today? Am I in center field? Am I at shortstop? Am I at second base? It is so rare to find a guy that can play both sides of second base well, like he can, and center field. I mean, that is unique.
Two balls and a strike.
And the Diamondbacks are just, they're content to have him move around like that.
Yeah.
Been in right field this whole series.
McCutchen over towards the line, and he'll make the running catch.
You know, the way that McCutchen has played the right field wall and the way that he has played with balls going to the line, I mean, he really has acted like he's played this field for a long time. I mean, right field, in this ballpark especially, I mean, it's not easy, and he has made it look easy.
Of the 3 outfield spots, that's the hardest one in this park. Here's Ahmed. Nick Ahmed takes a strike.
And there's a simple reason as to why right field is the most difficult, is because there's the wall behind you is open aired, and there's wind that gets through it, and it's wind that affects the fly balls that come to you. And none of that, but when it does hit the wall, you don't know where it's going. Is it going to hit the wood, the facing that says Levi's Landing? Is it going to hit cement? Is it going to hit brick, mesh, pads, whatever? It's all going to be a different bounce that comes off the wall to you.
Healthy rip by Ahmed, and it's out of play. 1-2.
Up there it says Levi. That's wood. Hunter Pence played it well for a long time. Now he's learning left field.
Way outside, 2-2.
Get to the ballpark, you're going to watch the players, what they do between pitches, how they stay loose. Some just stand there, they'll cock a hip, they pretty much stay pretty calm. Hunter Pence never stops moving.
Yeah, he has to move. Buster Posey has to move too. I think playing first base is harder on Buster Posey's back than it is catching. That's why he's moving like that all the time. And another foul.
Well, just to illustrate how good McCutcheon has been. I mean, it's a long way to get to a ball that winds up being in foul territory. Thinking about the wall, he had to run a great distance to get it and made it look easy.
And another foul. So it stays at 2-2. Here's Pierce Johnson.
Archie Bradley, the right-hander in the D-backs pen.
Well, I think Ahmed is forcing Josh Osich to throw so many pitches he might have to take the day off tomorrow.
Well, it's a Norm Sherry day off. If you have a day game on one day and then a night game on the next, Norm Sherry would convince you that he had a whole day off.
He'll be good to go.
But you're right, 25 pitches is a lot of throws. But Osich, I mean, he doesn't ever say no.
No. He gave up a base hit to Marte in the 7th inning. And Ahmed bounces this one off his foot. (7-3) D-backs. Giants tied this game up in the 5th inning, only to watch Arizona come back with a run in the 6th and then 3 runs in the 7th. In the air out to right. Panic waving off McCutcheon, and that'll end the inning. So the Giants will have Posey to lead things off. They trail by 4. The new pitcher, and he'll be facing Buster Posey. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and smog experts.
Numbers for Archie Bradley through 7 games. They've been very good. 10 strikeouts against 1 walk and 4 hits allowed in 7 2/3 innings. Hard thrower. He's got 4 pitches he can give you.
Buster's got a couple of hits, 1 a home run. His home run in the 5th tied the game. Taps it foul. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Bradley and Brad Boxberger had a real spirited competition going for the closer's role coming out of spring training. Boxberger eventually got the job, and Bradley became the setup man, but they won't throw Boxberger 3 days in a row. When that happens, they move Bradley into the closer role.
Posey to third, where Marrero has it. Mentioned the home run that Buster hit in the 5th to tie it up. That extended.
393 feet. At the time, it tied the score. Giants coming back from a 3-0 deficit.
Here's Kelby Tomlinson to hit for Osich. That was the first pitch back and out of play with Hundley on deck. I'm going to miss. Nothing in 2. Hundley to follow. Bottom of the 8th. Pitch is high. We mentioned the road trip. The Giants head to San Diego, Arizona, and then the Angels of Los Angeles. Then they come home where the schedule gets much easier with the Nationals and the Dodgers.
Yeah, a couple of pushovers.
Yeah, Strasburg, Scherzer, Gio Gonzalez. Yeah, that bunch. Tomlinson right back to Bradley. 2 outs. Here's Hundley. The 3 city road trips, the Giants on the one next, and then the one after that they go to Atlanta, Philadelphia, and Pittsburgh. And then after that, Houston, Chicago, and Colorado. And I think many more 3 city trips this year than we've ever seen. Although we've talked about it before, not unusual to see 5 city trips when we were playing. Bring a big suitcase.
Bring a big suitcase. When you get home and you look at your phone bill and you're going,
Center field for Pollock. And Bradley with a 1-2-3 8th inning. 9th inning coming up. 7-3 D-backs. Pierce Johnson.
New pitcher now for Bruce Bochy. 5th time that Pierce Johnson has come in. He's been great. 4-pitch guy. You can see a fastball that goes low to high 90s. Got a good arm. Curveball, slider, changeup. Former starter. He's finding a nice home in the Giants bullpen.
So Pierce Johnson will face Marrero. Marrero, an infield hit in the 7th, his only hit of the game. And he tries to hold up.
Nasty curveball. I mean, that's a curveball. Just take a look at the arc because of his high 3/4 release. I mean, that's going to be a good breaking ball against righties and lefties. Get a lot of strikeouts with that bad boy.
The 0-2 pitch coming up here in the top of the 9th is wide.
Here's that 0-1 curveball we're talking about. It's such a good one. And you can see the acute angle on it. I mean, that's just got some nasty snap. Good pitch. Could have gone either way. You got to have some guts to take that pitch if you're Devin Marrero.
Yep.
Just a bit outside.
And Marrero goes around. He can't believe it.
Yeah, I guess the book on him was can't hit a curveball because that's all he saw after the first fastball. Did he go? Yeah, that's 50-50.
Here's Murphy, who's had a good game, a home run and a double, a couple of RBIs, and he takes a strike. Christian Walker is on deck. He'll be the pinch hitter. Wide, 1-1 strike.
Well, Xfinity X1 customers say, show me the San Francisco Giants into your X1 voice remote and get live stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1.
Hey, a breaking ball for a strike.
Good one.
Poke foul. It's 1-2. Remember on that next homestand, that series against the Dodgers, there's a double header due to the rainout on this homestand. Doubleheader is on April 28th. One game will start at 1:05. The second game will start at 7:05. On the end of the bat, foul. I'm saying we get a room over at Momo's and some Bloody Marys and let her rip in between games.
Why not?
Get the whole crew over there.
Let's do that game Harry Carey style.
Pulled foul. That was easy.
All right.
Staying on his feet. Neil Cohen.
Let's go, Neil. Stay up. I got money on you. Come on. What'll happen to you when you wear soccer shoes to a ball game?
I was going to say bowling shoes. I don't think Adidas goes with bowling shoes route. Out of play down the right field line. Heads up.
All right, let's check out Neil's. He did. Whoa. Yeah, he hung in there. He never got dirty.
Oh.
Yeah. Soccer shoes. Could be golf shoes.
Could be. Up and in. 3-2. Yeah, I think baseball shoes have changed over the year. How about golf shoes? I mean, they can get golf sandals now.
Greatest thing you ever did was get rid of the spikes. So used to tear up the greens.
So that 3-2 breaking ball misses. And here comes Walker. Christian Walker. So Walker pinch hit the other day. He's 0 for 4 on the season. With 1 strikeout. So we will come to you tomorrow night from San Diego. Two and 0. 6 o'clock pregame live. Hundley goes out. Hundley telling Pierce Johnson, look, the only way we can get on the plane is if you throw strikes.
You know, that's not far from the truth. You'd be surprised at what catchers do to motivate a pitcher.
Two balls and 1 strike. Walker was looking for a fastball. He got it, and he swung through it.
That 95-mile-an-hour heater, it's not exactly running up there naked. But these guys see 95 plus every day.
And he hits the outside corner. Whatever Hundley said has worked.
Well, I think it had everything to do with believing your fastball. Or, if you walk another guy, I'm going to pinch your head.
Either works. Got him.
3 pitches later, 3 fastballs.
Hundley, motivational speaker of the year, 2 outs.
Let's take a look at strike 3 from Pierce Johnson. I mean, that's perfection on the outside corner. 3 consistent 95ers. That winds up being a rough at bat. And he was in the driver's seat, 2-0.
Here's Dyson, who's 0 for 4. And a strike. And a bit low. The Diamondbacks did most of their damage the 4th inning with a pair of runs and the 7th inning with 3 runs. Andy Suarez pitched pretty good for his major league debut. There's a strike. It's 1-2.
Well, he really did. And he got a nice round of applause from the faithful here at AT&T when he walked off the field, the 6th. 7 strikeouts, no walks for Suarez. And I'm looking forward to his next start.
And that pitch is very high. Here's the 2-2. Hit pretty well to right. McCutcheon is going to stop in front of the wall and put it away. So Giants have 3 more outs. They'll try to make those the 3 toughest outs of the day. Remember, it was Tyler Beatty yesterday, but Suarez today. And when it was all said and done, he struck out 7. He did not issue a walk. He gave up 4 earned runs. And all in all, the Giants have to be pretty pleased with what they saw today.
Well, and he has to be pretty pleased because he figured out today that he can pitch here. And that's a monumental accomplishment. So back-to-back debuts. The last time it happened was in 1976 with Bob Nepper and Frank Russelli. And I thought these 2 guys did pretty good.
So here's Hunter Pence facing Brad Boxberger.
He is the closer for these D-backs. Got a low 90s fastball and a really good changeup. Also got a slider he'll flip up there.
Pence looks at a strike. It's a ball and a strike. Hunter Pence today 2 walks and a strikeout. One and 2. So Suarez talking to Tony Watson. And Pence with a swing and a miss. So here's Crawford. Crawford today, a couple of strikeouts in a ground ball to second. First pitch is at the knees for a strike. foul.
There's that changeup we're talking about, and it really is a good pitch, especially the lefties. Good changeup's a good pitch to anybody, but a right-hander to a left-hander, that can be better than a curveball and a slider.
So Crawford out. That's the hat trick. 2 down. And here's Sandoval. Sometimes it's time to get on the road. And for some of these Giants hitters, that may be it. Sandoval with a base hit in the 7th inning. And he pops this one up. And Marrero at third, and that's the ball game. So game 3 in this series goes to the D-backs. The Giants drop 2 out of 3. They go 3 and 4 on the homestand. But all in all, this was about back-to-back starts by Beatty and Suarez.
Well, and what we saw from Suarez today is that we want to see him again. I mean, he had a 7 strikeout performance with no walks in 5 1/3. And for a kid who is making his major league debut, you never really sensed that he was nervous. He showed good composure.
Final score here at AT&T Park on this Wednesday afternoon. It's the Diamondbacks 7 and the Giants 3. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for Giants Postgame Live, presented by Toyota, which starts right now.